What's up, guys? Welcome to the Bitcoin update. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. We're going to take a look all the way down into the hourly time frame. A lot of people asking, do I buy, do I sell, do I long or I short? You do whatever the hell you want. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, and we will get into the chat, and I'll talk to you guys here in a little bit. But make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're new, smash that thumbs up. If you are in a mobile chat, exit the chat. Hit the thumbs up, get back in. If you are watching on Google TV, go down to the bottom right or left-hand corner of the screen, hit more options or more actions, and you'll get the option to hit the thumbs up or down, whatever you choose. Don't matter to me. Anyways, so have we completed wave A here and we are in wave B, or do we still have more downside for A? We're going to talk about that. And if you see where we're at right here, we got rejected again at the 0.382 fib, around that 42.5, 42.6 range way back here. Will we be able to break that? We're going to talk about that. And if we do, where would we be headed? Most likely to around this 47,000 is a possibility. We don't necessarily have to go that high if we do go up, but I will tell you what I'm planning to do, and I'll show you the targets I'm watching. As you guys know, I do believe, let me go back over here first. Okay. I do believe this is a possibility that this was a wave of, or end of wave A. If it was, we could have completed B, but remember, B could go up to this 47,000, which would be the next fib. And if that was the case, then the target would be around 10,900, somewhere in that range. If we go up to the golden pocket zone, which is around that 50,000 range, which we've been talking about for months as a possibility. But if that was to happen, that would raise the C wave to about 15,000, 15,100, somewhere in that range. Either way, guys, I know a lot of people are super bullish now. Nothing has changed in the big picture in the chart. If you watch this channel, you know that I like to go in the 4-hour time frames and up. Everything else is just noise, although you can use smaller time frames to look for your entries and exits. But let's take a look at we've had this drawn up for, I don't know what, maybe a month or two, but as you guys know, we talked about a breakout of this. Our first target possible would be that 45.1, which is just a measured move from here. In the super bullish case, would be measuring this whole triangle here, the widest point, and going to the breakout, and that's that 50,600. So that's always in the cards as a possibility. Doesn't necessarily have to happen. Like I said, this could be the end of B wave. And if you take a look at this high here, which was our all-time high, look at the RSI, and then look at where we're at now. We do have hidden bearish divergence in a downtrend. We are still in a downtrend. A lot of people say, why don't you long and short in this? Well, when you're in a downtrend, shorts are much safer. It's much safer to short the pump, just like here, just like here, just like here. And I do believe just like right here. But like I said, we're going to go into the 1-hour time frame and take a look at the numbers that I'm watching. And here it is. So we've talked about this a lot of times. When this was happening back on March 24th, I think it was, I made a video talking about the distribution phase. I do believe this is another giant distribution phase here, a redistribution. Still believe that. And if you'll take note, I was talking about this being an ending fifth wave diagonal, which it was. And if you look at how we broke out here of this rising wedge, we did have a rally back up to this trend line. Let's go down to where we're at now. I talked about the same thing here, possible ending fifth wave diagonal with a rally up. We could hit this trend line. And if you guys watched my video, when was my last one? I think on Monday, was it? Or something like that. But if you look at where I had this target possibly coming up, testing that wedge or testing that long-term trend line, I had 41.8. I told you guys, if we break this trend line, then I get bullish. Not bullish for new all-time highs, but then I would look to put in a long at the break of this trend line. We can move this down now. And as of right now, it lays, this is a 4-hour chart, so the longer it takes, the lower it goes. But right now, if we were to get up here by the next 5 to 8 hours would be around 41,540. If we do break above that and get support, come back down, get support on this, I will enter a long. First off, I'm looking for that 41.5 to enter a short. And then I will put my stops at about 41.6, 41.650 is where I'm going to do a short. If I get stopped out, I will take a minor loss there. That is what trading is about, keeping your losses small. So if it doesn't get stopped out and I will ride that, I will move my stops down accordingly. If we break support, I'll move my stops down just above support and continue on with that strategy. If we do break back above this, I get stopped out, we get support on this top trend line. Say 41.5 starts being good support, I will put a long in there. Will I long to do all-time highs? No. I would be longing back to this trend line, and we're going to put a target in there if it was to, let's see, right in here, around 42.7, depending on if, when, and where. Could be around that 43,000 if we do break here. I would long to there and take profits and most likely put a short in right here to at least come back down and retest this trend line around 41,000. Hopefully that makes sense to you, but I still think we're looking to get down to this bottom range. The measured move of this breakdown from this ending fifth wave diagonal is about 35.8. But if you look back here, when we broke this one, we also had a measured move, which if this turns out to be some sort of fractal, remember, we had this bounce up just like we're having now. Our target back here was around 40,200, which obviously you see we dropped past that. So as of right now, there's no longer term bullishness for me at all at this point. Let's take a look at, so this was the bullish count, and this being wave, if this was wave 1, 2, 3, we did hit our target up in that area. 4 would be as low as 36.6 or 36.7, but a break below 36.6 or 36.7 would invalidate this. I still think we have more time to play in this area before, if it is a fifth wave, but after that, guys, I think that would be the end, and then we continue back down. This would probably be the end of the fifth wave here. We'll talk about that as it happens, but as of right now, this is still a possibility. Again, unless we break this 36.7, which is the top of wave 1. Wave 4 cannot break wave 1, so keep that in mind also. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PHEMEX, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like the other exchanges. You can have multiple trades in, you can have multiple charts up. You can also trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all on one exchange. Use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. So if you put in 1 Bitcoin, you get a half a Bitcoin bonus to use towards your margins. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off of your fees. If you guys want to know how to use their margin, if you go to my YouTube page, hit the home page, you'll see a PHEMEX tutorial here. Teaches you how to use their margin, teaches you how some of the other things they offer, like copy trading. Also, it'll tell you where to put in my promo codes. And like I said, if you guys have been using my promo codes and they wore out, just start another account with another email. They do not KYC. All right, so let's see where we're at. This is the 1 hour. And if you look here, I have this drawn in as a triangle, which is a possibility. Let's see, we are starting a new hourly. So we are breaking above here in the RSI. So that could mean a continuation to the upside. That also... that measured move also gets us up to approximately 4,300. But again, I will be trying to short around 41.5. I'm not telling you to do it. That's what I'm doing. I see we got a super chat. Philip back. Thanks for all the sensible advice. Thanks, man. Appreciate the super chat, brother. And let's see. If we do break up here, there's actually 2 targets. I'm going to put another trend line in right here. I guess we could do this. We could come all the way back down and retest this and get our 38.5 range. But anyways, if we do break above this, look for around that 41,000. Again, I would expect some resistance at 41.5. If we do break above that, we could go as high as 43,000. Would just be a measured move of this being a bull flag. Let me get this off of there. And if we came back down and didn't break up there, we could go as low as that 38.5. Keep an eye on this RSI right here. That'll help you out tremendously. And the big picture. As you guys know, look at this as possible 5 waves done right here. And we're getting a big ABC, which is definitely a possibility. Now let's look at, I know a lot of people hate to even hear it, and they swear that it'll never happen, and you can never think like that in any market. There is a high volume node at 9,600. We've talked about this hundreds of times over and over again. If we put the Fibonacci retracement from March 2020 all the way up to the top here, we are getting rejected again at the 0.382 fib. Now, if we do get above this 0.382 fib, get good support and get a bounce, the highest I see us going would be that 50,600, which just still would be in the B wave. So all you people that are saying, oh, you were wrong, it went up. Oh, you were wrong, it went up. We've been talking about all these scenarios. We've put in good trades. We put our stops in profit. We make money. People that buy and are just hoping for it to go up every time it goes down, they're losing money. And if this happens by the end of the year, they lose quite a bit of money. And what happens with most the new hodlers is they'll sell down here, and people that know what's going on will start accumulating down here. Happens every time in a bull market. If you're new here, we've all seen this before. Anyone that's been around, excuse me, you'll remember back here in 2017, we had this huge bull run in 2017, and nobody admitted a bear market all the way down, which is probably the same thing that'll happen here. Not surprising, especially new people. They believe all the hype and all the news stories. We had the same thing in 2018 all the way down. 2018, we had some of the most bullish news ever, and it did nothing for the price. And that's probably what's going to happen here. So just keep an eye on these areas. Remember, 41.5, I have a short set for, with my stops at 41.650. So if we do get up there, I'll take a small loss to look for another trade. And like I showed you, if you guys just came in here, I showed you where I'd put my longs in and where I'd put my take profits and re-entry. So nobody seems to want to talk about this. Everybody thinks Bitcoin is going to automatically just continue these 4-year cycles. Well, markets mature. Could there be a possibility that we have entered a 10 to 12-year cycle and we will see a big, massive bear market? That is definitely a possibility. We'll take a look at the dollar, the Dow Jones, gold, silver. We'll even look at Litecoin and Ethereum real quick. But we've talked about this. I know a lot of people are just really super emotional right now. But let's just talk about what's going on here. Every time in the past, and past does not have to repeat itself, but every time in the past, from what we've seen here, when we get a top like 2017, the next time the NVT gets in the red, which was right here, was just a bull trap, and then we continue back down. Every time we've broken this 200-day exponential moving average here in purple, broke down below it, we've got a fake out above, came back below, fake out above, and we've never, it just continued a bear market from that point. Same thing if we look back here, I'm sorry, this was back in 2013. Now let's take a look back here in 2017, the same thing. Once we broke that 200 EMA, we had some fake outs back above, but never truly got back above it, and we continued in a bear market from there. Same thing even happened back here in 19. And if we zoom in here, take a good look at this area right here. Zoom in so you can see it. Same thing when we topped out here, NVT was in the red. Next time we topped out was way back here. Did not make a new all-time high and continued the bear market just like we did here. But if you look at this closely, we are pretty much doing the exact same thing here. We broke back above the 55 EMA, had a huge fake out, and came back down. And if you look at where we're at now, that's exactly what we're doing again. Same type thing over and over and over again. And I remember, if you were around this whole time in 2018, every pump here, that's why I say I don't long in a bear market, because I truly believe we are in a bear market. Back here, if you would have longed, you probably got wrecked because they come down quick every time. Same thing is happening now, I do believe. Same type stuff, guys, so be careful in there. This is the 3-day chart. This is our Fibonacci channels we've had drawn in here. Let's check this out. So you can see our parabolic arcs here. Every time we broke, we entered a bear market. We broke this one here in 2018, entered a bear market. We've broken this one here, but there are some things we want to talk about in here. So let's zoom in. We've talked about this many times over and over and over again. All right, so we did get back above this Fibonacci right here. If we can continue getting support on this and breaking up, then hold on, let me see something real quick. Let's go into our smaller time frames. We are breaking that. Let's see if we get support on it or we get rejected. This just happened, so let's see what's going on here. No divergence. Looks like we may end up getting support here and go into that 43. I did already get stopped out. My trade entered and I did get stopped. So we'll see what happens here. Let's watch this 4-hourly candle. See if we get a close above there. We do have a half hour. Looks like we may. I may end up, if I do cut this stream short, I may enter some more trades and I'll let you know what I'm going to do. But let's go back to, where's the chart I just had with the hourly? Right here. So will we get up all the way to that 43? That is the question. We'll watch there, but I would expect a pretty big rejection there if we do get to that range. That will also be lining up with this long-term trend line. Let's see what happens. Let's go over the DXY. DXY is very bullish. My last video, we were down in here. I talked about possibly coming up to retest this, but if you look, we broke back inside it and it's looking pretty bullish. RSI is pretty high. We are making hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour. Let's look at the daily. Nothing real spectacular here. We do have this target of 93.5. It does look like the dollar is going to be headed that way. I would be extremely careful if you guys are going to try to long Bitcoin in this area. It's as you can see, we're making bearish divergence again, hidden bearish divergence in the Dow Jones. This is the weekly chart, by the way. If we go down to the daily, you can see, like I said, I've been expecting a huge dump in the traditional markets. I still do expect it. Nothing has changed there, in my opinion. When it comes, it will drag Bitcoin down. Bitcoin cannot withstand a traditional bear market, regardless of what anybody tells you. So gold, we've been looking for this. Our targets being, we're looking at possibly getting up to the 1870 before the dump to around 1677. If that breaks 1600 and then 15.5, ultimately being an ABC correction for gold lasting into 2022, which would align with Bitcoin's bottom. Silver, same thing, huge dump. I still expect 20 to 21 if that breaks, possibly 12 to 13 bucks. Litecoin, same thing. I'm expecting to go back and test the $100 range, but if we do break this trend line to the upside, could be seeing 195. Let's go over to Ethereum. Same thing with Ethereum. Nothing's changed there. We had a high target of 31.35. We may see that, but I do see us getting rejected there. I do have my target's still down. I think we're going to see $1,000 to $1,300 Ethereum. If that breaks, looking at 500 bucks. So anyway, let's go back over to the hourly, see what's going on with Bitcoin. And dollar and BTC trading in lockstep. Yeah, I don't think that'll last. And the weekend's coming up. Could we get a big, huge rally? Possible. Could we get a huge dump? Very possible. We are above that trend line now, though. In the 4-hour. Let me make sure all that's lined up good. Make sure I didn't move any lines. Yep, we're still good. So we may get that little pump up to 43,000. That will be the next spot I'm looking to short, unless we start opening and closing back under this 41.5 on the 4-hour. Not on the hourly, on the 4-hour. So if we do get up to that, well, depending on if, when, and where we hit this trend line, if we hit it in the next 5 hours, would be around 42.5. And if it was sometime tomorrow, it'd be around 43. But as you can see, we are getting rejected there. Let's keep an eye on this trend line here. But I'm going to get in the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Same guys watch BitBoy Crypto and bought at 65,000. Yeah. I mean, you guys, you cannot mistake this for an uptrend. You can't do it. No big reversal. It's just a dead cat bounce. But let's see where this 4-hour closes. Will it close below the trend line and be a huge fake out? Definitely a possibility. Good idea to short 41.6 here. I would not enter a trade right here. I would wait till at least to see how the 4-hour closes. As you can see, we do have room for more upside on the RSI. Even if we got up to that 43, I think we would just make bearish divergence in the bigger time frames. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, so in the hourly, even if we make a higher high here, we're going to be making bearish divergence. So I wouldn't get too excited yet, guys. Or I wouldn't get too excited, bulls. We'll keep an eye on this. That was pretty close. How high did we get there? 47 or 41,750. The dead cat bounce must have made some NASA rubber. Not really. Look at the big picture there. I don't see no huge, massive rally there, guys. Could it change? Yep, could. Noman Fires. Why do you think that MicroStrategy BTC or bought BTC for high prices? Don't they believe Bitcoin could? Here, I'll show you my MicroStrategy chart and you can make up your own mind. So MicroStrategy, if anybody's familiar with them from back in 2000, which probably was before some of you were born, maybe. Let's look at MicroStrategy's chart. So they did the same exact thing back here. Let me show you. This was the .com bubble. This is MicroStrategy's market expertise. You see what happened. Bitcoin, pretty much they're doing the same exact thing again. I'd be extremely careful. I would never follow anybody that their chart history looks like this. That shows how well they do not understand markets. You can see right here. This is their Bitcoin this last year or so. And this is back in .com bubble. They did the same thing. It's like giant FOMO company or something. I don't know. Dollar's still looking strong here. Let's see what gives first, the dollar or Bitcoin. We're going back into the hourly. So like I said, if we close above here, we could see within the next few days at 43,000. So is that what we get? A pump to 43,000 for the weekend? Possible? Maybe. Let's see where this closes. As of right now, I am not in another trade. Short squeeze? Possibly. Sorry, hold on a second, guys. All right. They're still around at least. Well, yeah, they're still around. He made a shitload of money probably shorting his own damn stock. He did get in trouble for fraud back then. You can research it yourself. But fraudsters in the market can make billions and get fined millions. It doesn't hurt. They can do illegal stuff and it doesn't matter because they make so much money. Their fines are like a fifth of it. So they basically sucker a bunch of people into doing what they want them to do so they can take their money. Jason wants 42.5 tonight. Could be. come retest that, possibly. Savvy, will you short now? Nope. I just explained what was going on in the beginning. I shorted the 41.5. I had a short in and a stop at 41.650. Got stopped. Now I'll be looking to, if we get support here, retest this 41.5. I may take a long to somewhere to the 42.5 range, somewhere in there. Depending on what happens in this next 4 hour. Savvy, draw a rising wedge on the DXY. And what time frame? I have this one drawn in here. And it has not tested it. But you could put a trend line on the top of here. But we have not tested it yet. If you look at my 4 hour, let's go back here. I had this drawn in last week, and we talked about possibly, if we broke through here, which we did, then we'd be looking at, we can move this target up here, right about here for the dollar, 93.1. If you remember the last video we talked about on the DXY, I showed you we were right here. Showed you that this was possibly an inverse head and shoulders on the RSI, and that is when we broke out. Vra Trias, are you still bearish? In the long term, hell yes, I'm bearish. Hell yes, I'm bearish. Because if you pay attention, nothing at all, nothing has changed in the big picture at all. Nothing. That's what a lot of you guys' problems are, or a lot of people's problems are. They stay in smaller time frames and they don't look at the big picture. They just look at these little measly pumps, and they get super excited and they get wrecked and they buy up here. And then when it comes crashing down, they don't sell in time and they get screwed. It is much safer to long or short in a bear market than it is to long. And as of right now, I still believe wholeheartedly that we have already begun the bear market. I will be wrong if we cross this green line at any time. And if we went straight up today, that would be about 58.4. In a few weeks, it would be around 57.3. So unless we get back above that green line, guys, I have no reason, absolutely no reason to be bullish long-term or expect any new all-time highs within the next few years. I know a lot of people are still screaming 100,000 by the end of the year. Good luck to you if that's what you're waiting on. This guy said nothing changed, but when it's 60K, he said buy. I've never, ever said buy at 60K. If you watch this channel, you knew that we were in distribution before we even hit the top and called the top. You can check the video, March 24th. We said we would, I think we were around 58 or, let's see, where's March 24th? Right in here. So we were around 55,000. And I said 63 to 64 would probably be the top. And validate the distribution, and that's exactly what happened. And I know a lot of people think this is accumulation. Looks much more like redistribution if you ask me. So many people, when I watch this, just the lack of market knowledge and the overly bullish sentiment, I feel bad for you guys, because I've seen a lot of you people in 2017 and 18 all the way down in 18, every little pump was new all-time highs coming, $50,000 Bitcoin coming, $60,000 Bitcoin, 150. Heard it all the way down in 2018, guys. Haters, you bought up here, guys. I'm happy for you. That was a smart move. RSI, strongest indicator, or EMAs. Both together is how I use them. RSI is a great indicator because it's not lagging. If you look here on the daily, it's not looking too promising. Let's throw some, let's go from the high, which is right here, to where we're at now on the daily. That's a higher high in the RSI and lower high in the price action. Hidden bearish divergence. It could go all the way up to, like I said, that $50,000 range and still be just more hidden bearish divergence. Bear market's here, guys. Silly bulls, too much wishful thinking. Yes, sir. Likewise, any little dump sent 7K. No, you are totally wrong. I told you guys how I trade and how I move my stops into profit. I've made way more money coming down. Actually, as most of you know, I sold most of. I kept 2 Bitcoin for trading, only 2. I sold my last ones around 13,000, and I traded all the way up here. I've made probably at least 50 times more than I would have made if I held. So if you want to hodl, that's up to you. If you want to trade and make real money, that's where the real money's in. Especially in a bear market. There is so much more money to be made trading than there is hodling. Obviously, if you're hodling, you're going to lose your ass. Period. Are you personally answer the tweets? I do. If you guys don't follow me, give me a follow on Twitter also. 873 people and only 300 likes. You can tell we're having a little rally and people switch back over to Super Bulls. Pretty funny. But anyway, smash likes, guys, if you would. And if you are watching this after the live stream, make sure you take a second out, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Wrong. Oh my God, I love hearing that. Greetings from Holland Savvy. You got some nice toys. Thanks, man. Can you please explain exactly how you will confirm support on that trend line? Are you looking for a retest on the 4-hour? Yes, if we even close above it. So what do we have? We have a half hour before we close. So if we close above it, we'll most likely come back down, tag it again. If we do, I'll put in a long. If we don't, if we close below this, then I'll wait for the next 4-hour. And if the next 4-hour closes below 41.5, I'll put in another short. If we close above, like I said, if we get support here, I'll put in a long to at least 42.5, and I'll take profit there and see how it reacts on the rising wedge trend line and probably short it again. I remember Savvy saying when the red lights turn off, it means he's not bearish at the moment. When the green light comes on, he's bullish. There ain't no green lights, buddy. How many indicators do you use to confirm a trade you're looking to enter? It all depends. I like my EMAs a lot, and I like my RSI a lot, but I also use trend lines, support and resistance. There's a lot that goes into it's not just every trade's different, every setup's different. It all depends on the setup. You know, you could be trading a formation, then you add other indicators in, or if you was to do just the EMA strategy, would have told you to long here, would have told you to short over, or would have told you to short here. This is the 4-hour on DXY, but you can use it on anything. But anyway, it did show on the 4-hour a long back here, which you took, but that does not mean this is going to continue. But I do want to point out that we could be looking at that 45. This is just usually a wave 4, which if this was wave 4, shouldn't have been that much shorter than wave 2 here. So that's what I don't like about this count. I would expect it to come back down within the next couple weeks to still be in this range before I would consider that bullish. But we'll see what happens. Go back into the 4-hour. Looks more like 2013. That's what everybody says. Look at traditional markets. That's all I got to say, guys. This stuff isn't going to last forever. And when it crashes, it's going to crash super hard. And you're not going to have time to think. Or it just goes in a multi-year bear market. And if that's the case, if it crashes down, it may be a quick recovery. But if this ends up being a slow, long-term bear market for traditional markets, that would be extremely bad for Bitcoin and all crypto, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, though. in your chart sub 30K values disappear? Not at all. Not at all. That's just a small time frame, dude. My sub 30K values are still down here and are going to remain there unless we break up over the 50 some thousand range. Why is your background not red? Because I have a program, for some reason it isn't reading my Wi-Fi. It's been like that the last few videos. I didn't even try today, but it's not reading my hue. I have it on hue if anybody knows what hue is. And my hue isn't reading for some reason, so I can't turn them on. They don't have a switch on them. It's done through Wi-Fi. What about another year of the thing I cannot mention with more stimmies? I mean, it's possible, guys, but that can't continue. All it's doing is prolonging a worse market crash. Like I said, housing market's going to be flooded soon. They reinstated, or I don't even know if they were able to reinstate it, but you don't have to pay rent now till October or something. Eventually that's going to catch up and it's not going to be good. But there will be some cheap houses available because a lot of people that, there's probably people out there that can't pay the rent, but most people, I believe you could go out and get a damn job because everywhere is hiring. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty disgusting, some of the stuff going on right now. I won't go into politics and all that on this channel though. Tend to get in trouble. Lots of moon boys are out jumping all over the streets. How high are we going? Moon boys calling 100K at 500 point move. Yeah, it's insane. Technically, let's pull this up again. Technically, where is it at? My longer term time frame. Where the hell is it? Right here. Technically, we're still in this range. Like I said, if we start getting support above this 41.6 and actually hold it, our next fib's around 236. But remember, guys, 25.2 to 27.2 is that golden pocket zone of this whole move. David Jimmy thing, thanks for the support, brother. Somebody said, I told you guys this guy's going to get you all wrecked. How do you figure, bud? We shorted up here. Anybody that was following, we shorted here at 42.6. That was well known. Shorted down here. Took profits at the 55 EMA around 39. Let the rest ride. And put my stops up here. Got stopped out. No big deal. If you learn how to trade, you don't get wrecked. But you guys saying, haha, get wrecked, haha, have no idea how to trade. You just have simple hopium that the price goes up because that's the only way you can make money, when in reality, you can make a killing shorting this thing. If you zoom out and look how much short opportunity there has been versus long, here was a long that got wrecked. Here's a long that got wrecked, long that got wrecked, long that got wrecked, and a long forming now that will get wrecked. Oh, free Discord, guys. Join the Discord. The link's down below. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. A lot of great people in there, bulls and bears. You can get a lot of different ideas. Definitely check it out. It is a great community. It's totally free, not charged, like a lot of them. I sold at 32 because I watched your videos. Okay, so buy in lower or buy in now. Do whatever you got to do, because I tell you, nobody, absolutely nobody knows where the market's going. And if you bought up here because of everybody calling for $100,000 Bitcoin, you bought above $50,000, you have nobody to blame but yourself, even though everybody was bullish, because you're the one that bought, or you're the one that longed or short. Like I said, I'll never tell anyone when to long, when to short, when to buy, when to sell. I'll tell you what I'm doing. You have to make up your own mind. And if you can't make up your own mind and not using your own judgment and have to use other people's judgment, you should definitely not be trading. As a matter of fact, you should get the hell out of every market, because that's just dumb. You're dumb. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm talking you down. I am. If you're just basing all your thoughts on other people's decision, learn what the hell you're doing, or don't do it. Oh, crypto and DXY up. Yeah, DXY is up. DXY is looking to probably go to that 93. Guys, like I said, it is the weekend coming. Anything can happen on the weekends with Bitcoin, but regardless, we just looked at this right here. And if you were watching, let's see where it's at. Where the hell is my... Right there. Could go as high as this 43, but depending, because we do have right here, we're probably going to hit this trend line right here and get a heavy rejection, depending on if, when, and where we hit it. Put your trend line right off of these 2 wicks, guys, if you are trading. I do have trading view links down below, along with other affiliate links down there if you guys want to check them out. You get some kind of discount or freebies from all of them. Definitely check them out. But anyways, there's trading view. It's totally free down there if you guys want to start charting on your own, which I do suggest, especially if you are trading. Don't blindly follow people. You will get wrecked. Learn what you're doing. It'll probably cost you a lot of money. That's why I always say, start out with a fake account. And until you're profitable with that, don't put in real money. And if you do want to start trading with real money, use $5 or $10. And if you can't grow that $5 or $10, then you're not going to be able to grow a shitload of money either. So you put 100 grand in and start trading that. You're probably going to lose your ass if you didn't practice and learn what you're doing, and you're just listening to Joe Schmo that told you to buy at 64,000. So anyways, DXY can be bullish because everybody will dump major assets. I'm telling you, it's coming. It comes every time, every time. Nothing has changed in the markets, guys. If you go back in the Dow and look at the last market crash back in 2008, this is why the dollar rises. I'm going to show you guys one last time, and I think I'm probably going to get out of here. But anyways, let's look at gold. So last time, gold. I got to fix one of my wife's machines anyways. So we'll look at silver. I'm going to show you why the dollar gets more valuable. So looking at the Dow Jones, this is the market crash 2008. The market crashed 55%. Gold crashed 35%. Silver crashed 61%. The DXY, let's see what that did. The dollar got more powerful, which it will again when the markets crash, because it will cost less money to buy assets because people will sell into the dollar. And this is 2008 for the dollar. It actually rose 27%. So anyways, take it for what you will. Have fun, guys. Don't get wrecked. Make your own damn decisions. And I will see you guys later in the next one. Have a great day. And I'm out. Take it easy, guys.